Heads up.
In January, I booked a last-minute flight from DC to Dublin. I packed my sticks, some rain gear, and headed off to the Auld Sod to hit the links and down a few pints of cold Guinness. What resulted was the go-to guide for spending 24 hours in Dublin. Welcome to Cradle Golf. My flight landed at 4:30 in the morning, so the first stop was at a little coffee shop to fuel up. I then drove down to the quaint little fishing village of Howth, located on an island due east of Dublin. It was still dark, so I walked the quay wall out to the Howth Lighthouse. It's a beautiful, picturesque scene to take pictures. Built in 1817, it was initially a defensive fort to protect the harbor. Once the sun started to peak above the horizon, I knew it was time to head up to the Howth Cliff Walk. The cliff walk meanders up from the charming harbor along some breathtaking cliff tops. I enjoyed stunning views of Dublin Bay, including seeing some harbor porpoises getting their breakfast. There are plenty of rock formations to explore, and a beautiful heather restoration project to enjoy. Next was the Royal Dublin. Founded in 1885, it is Ireland's second oldest golf club. 4 years later, it moved to its current home on Bull Island, which is a short drive that takes you across an old wooden bridge to the UNESCO Nature Preserve. It is a pure links built among the subtle dunes and fescue. In 1891, it was granted royal status. The original links on Bull Island were destroyed in the early 20th century when the British government commandeered the land for use as a rifle range during the Great War. In 1920, the club employed renowned architect Harry Colt to build the new links. What resulted was one of the finest solo projects he ever completed, that has hosted many championships, including 6 Irish Opens, 2 of which were won by European legend Seve Ballesteros. I played on a beautiful January day with a cool breeze and mostly sunny skies. The course was graciously open to visitors, but was limited to a 12-hole loop, where I played the first 2 holes before cutting over to number 5 and playing through 14. Winter mats were in effect, but the course was in pristine condition, with gorgeous fescue greens that rolled true. The ball bounded across the rolling fairways that are a staple of seaside links. The course is fairly flat and narrow, with long stretches of out of bounds, calling for accurate drives, and the wind tends to swirl around Dublin Bay, generally making the back nine tougher. The greens are outstanding, and there are some brutally deep greenside bunkers here too. The ones on the fairway aren't much easier. In his famous book, The Golf Courses of the British Isles, famed golf author Bernard Darwin wrote of Royal Dublin, "There are some fine, towering hills at Dollymount, but it is not these that make the player's knees knock together. It is the little pots of innocuous aspect that mostly emphatically decline to be ignored." In the early 2000s, Martin Hawtrey, the specialist links architect, was engaged by the club to bring the course up to the standard demanded by the modern game, while respecting the legacy of Colt. Hawtrey's work, completed in 2006, resulted in a 7,269-yard par 72 links of outstanding quality. The result was a course that is consistently ranked top 10 in Ireland. The Royal Dublin was as good as any links you will find in Scotland or England. It is understated but engaging. But what makes you go there and makes it a must-play for any visitor is the Irish welcome and charm that bring the masses to Ireland. Even with a limited routing, I was more than welcome to grab my clubs, forget the scorecard, and just enjoy golf in the purest form. A day spent breathing in the fresh sea air on a cool Irish morning while golfing your ball around this beautiful property makes a trip to Dublin more than worth it. After my round, I headed into Dublin to the Guinness Storehouse. It's a chance to go on a one-of-a-kind tasting and storytelling journey, delving deeper into the origins and tastes of Guinness. If you want to truly immerse yourself in the unique history, heart, and soul of Ireland's most iconic beer, there's only one place to go. It's home. The Guinness Storehouse contains 7 unforgettable floors of sights, sounds, and sensations in a building that has been brewing beer for over 250 years. Afterward, head up to the Gravity Bar with a 360-degree view of Dublin and the finest pint you'll ever have pulled. Not to be outdone, head across the river to the Jameson Distillery. It's an awesome look into their production even though it's not done in the facility anymore, and you get a world-class tasting of true Irish whiskey. And once the night hits, it's time to go out and explore everything that makes Dublin one of the best cities in the world.
Such custom as yours I keep on many days now. No, we never know more. When I play the world away from Talk out of me from the Thames orange bright, and the landlady's eyes open wide with the light as I Louis.